Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to the Daily English Fix channel. I'm David.
And I'm Sophia. We are so thrilled to have you here with us today. Whether you are driving to work, doing your household chores, or simply enjoying a quiet cup of coffee, thank you for making us a part of your day.
If this is your first time joining us, let me introduce our mission. Daily English Fix is a dedicated podcast for intermediate learners. We provide English conversations at a slower, more deliberate pace so you can hear every sound and understand every nuance.
Our goal is to bridge the gap between textbook English and real-life English. We use the phrases, idioms, and expressions that native speakers actually use. But more importantly, we want you to practice with us.
Exactly. We highly encourage the shadowing technique. Listen to our sentences, mimic our intonation, and repeat them out loud. It's the fastest way to build muscle memory in your speech.
If you find this podcast helpful, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Your support keeps this channel running and ensures you won't miss any of our deep dive episodes.
Today's episode is special. We aren't just talking about how to introduce yourself. We're talking about how to share your story and build a real connection. Sophia, let's jump right in. The question, "Tell me about yourself," often makes people freeze. It's so big, where do we even start?
I think we should always start from scratch. Don't assume the other person knows anything about you. Start with the basics, your name and where you're from, but don't stop there. Add a spark to your introduction.
A spark? What do you mean?
A small, interesting detail. For example, if I wanted to break the ice at a party, I wouldn't just say, "I'm Sophia from California." I'd say, "Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm a digital nomad from California," which means I carry my office in my backpack and I'm always searching for the world's best cinnamon roll.
That's perfect. It gives the other person something to ask about. For me, I might say, "Hi, I'm David. I'm an English teacher by trade, but at heart, I'm a collector of old vinyl records and stories from the places I travel."
A teacher by trade. I love that. It sounds much more natural than just saying, "I am a teacher." But David, you've lived in many different places. Have you ever felt like a fish out of water?
Oh, absolutely. When I first moved from a quiet English village to a massive city like Tokyo or Hanoi, I felt completely lost. The energy, the language, the pace, I truly felt like a fish out of water. But that's the beauty of it, learning to swim in a new pond.
Let's talk about work. We often call our jobs our bread and butter. It's what pays the bills. But sometimes the bread and butter part of life can be quite stressful.
It can be. My brother is a corporate lawyer. He loves his career, but during big trials, he's constantly working against the clock. He has to read hundreds of documents before the sun comes up.
That sounds intense. Does he ever feel under the weather because of all that pressure?
Frequently. Last month, he was so stressed that he felt quite under the weather, just a persistent headache and fatigue. I told him he needed a break.
It's important to share those moments too. When you introduce yourself, you don't have to pretend everything is perfect. Saying, "I'm currently navigating a very busy season at work," sounds very professional and honest.
Good point. And remember, listeners, some things that seem hard now will eventually become a piece of cake. I remember when I first started teaching, I was so nervous, but after a few years, standing in front of a class became a piece of cake.
Exactly. It's all about practice and time.
So, Sophia, let's move into a deeper territory. How we spend our soul's time, our hobbies. I've always believed that what we do when we don't have to do anything says the most about who we really are.
I love that thought, David. For me, hobbies aren't just about killing time. They're about finding time for ourselves. For example, I've recently taken up pottery. It's messy, my nails are always dirty, but there is something so therapeutic about shaping clay.
Pottery. That's fascinating. It requires so much patience. Do you find that it changes your pace of life?
Absolutely. In our world, everything is click and get. Pottery is slow. You can't rush the clay. If you do, it collapses. It taught me that some things in life only happen once in a blue moon, like that perfect moment when the clay finally takes the shape you imagined. It reminds me to slow down.
I can relate to that need for a different pace. My escape is gardening. People think it's just pulling weeds, but for me, it's a conversation with nature. When I see a plant that I've nurtured finally bloom, I'm truly over the moon. It's a quiet kind of joy, a small miracle in my own backyard.
I do. It's like a small victory. But let's be real, David. Not every habit is a Zen experience. We all have those little routines that might seem strange to others. Do you have any quirky habits?
Well, I'm a bit of a neat freak when it comes to my bookshelves. I organize my books by color, not by author. Some of my friends find it very strange, and honestly, it sometimes gets on my nerves when someone moves a book and ruins the color flow.
Color-coded bookshelves. That is very specific. My quirky habit is that I can't start working until I have the perfect atmosphere. The lighting must be warm, I need a specific scented candle, and a very particular type of lo-fi music. If one thing is missing, I feel like a fish out of water. I just can't focus.
That's the beauty of being human, isn't it? These small, specific needs. But let's talk about the opposite, the things that drain our energy. Not just annoyances, but things that truly challenge our peace of mind.
For me, it's the always on culture, the expectation that we must reply to every message instantly. Sometimes I feel like I'm working against the clock just to keep up with my social life. It's mentally draining.
My pet peeve is when people don't really listen. In a world full of noise, someone who gives you your full attention is a rare treasure. When someone is constantly checking their phone when I'm talking, it really gets on my nerves. It feels like the connection is broken.
That's why I value our podcast sessions so much. It's an hour where we focus on the language and the connection with our listeners. It's not always a piece of cake to find that focus, but it's always worth it.
What a wonderful journey we've had today. Before we finish, let's make sure our 10 idioms stay with you forever. This is our deep dive review. I will name the idiom, Sophia will explain the meaning, and then I'll give you an example sentence to shadow. 1. Start from scratch.
To start from the very beginning, especially when a previous attempt has failed or when you have no tools prepared.
Example. The hard drive crashed, so I had to start from scratch on my final report. Break the ice.
To say or do something to make people feel more relaxed and comfortable in a social situation.
Example. I told a funny story at the beginning of the party to break the ice. 3. A fish out of water.
To feel uncomfortable or awkward because you are in an unfamiliar or unsuitable situation.
A. Example. I don't know anything about technology, so I felt like a fish out of water at the computer convention. 4. Bread and butter.
A person's main source of income, the basic work that provides the money you need to live.
A. Example. I enjoy painting, but my office job is my bread and butter. 5. Work against the clock.
To work very fast because you know you must finish something before a specific deadline.
Example. The presentation starts in an hour, so we're really working against the clock. 6. Under the weather.
Feeling slightly ill, tired, or not as healthy as usual.
Example, I'm feeling a bit under the weather, so I'm going to go to bed early tonight. 7. Piece of cake.
H. Something that is very easy to do or simple to understand.
Example, I've been driving for 10 years, so the driving test was a piece of cake. 8. Once in a blue moon.
Something that happens very rarely or almost never.
Example, I don't like sweets, so I only eat dessert once in a blue moon. 9. Over the moon.
To be extremely happy, excited, or delighted about something good that happened.
Example, he was over the moon when he found out that he was going to be a father. 10. Get on someone's nerves.
To annoy, irritate, or frustrate someone continuously over a period of time.
Example, the way he taps his pen on the desk is really starting to get on my nerves. Excellent. Remember, the secret to fluency is repetition. Listen to this podcast again and again.
Use the shadowing method. Don't just listen, speak with us. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe to Daily English Fix.
And please, leave a comment below. Use one of our 10 idioms to tell us something about you. We read every single comment, and we would love to learn about you. Until next time, stay curious, stay patient, and keep practicing.
Goodbye for now. See you in the next episode.